If you want to achieve your French goals, you know what they are, you know where you want to be with your French, but you're not there yet, this video is for you. You've either tried before but failed, you haven't gotten the results you wanted, or you've never tried before but you'd like to. Either way, you don't know how to get there and you're looking for direction. You want to make sure that you get towards your goals, you achieve them, and overall you have a maximum amount of success with the amount of time you spend. So in the fastest time possible, achieving your French goals. Let's get right into it. So achieve your French success. Finally smash your French goals and never look back. So who am I? I'm Rory Phelan, and I'm 23 years old. I was born and I live in Melbourne, Australia. I love sport, learning about investing, history, geography, and many more things. I studied accounting at university. I work as a business and tax accountant in the city. In terms of language learning, I failed Italian and Japanese at primary school and high school. So from when I was 5 years old all the way up to 18, completely failed learning a second language. I didn't think it was possible. Then I tried learning French. I was interested. I wanted to learn at university, tried that. Private tutoring classes, tried that. Duolingo, tried that. Nothing worked. I decided then to go and learn French by myself. And in June 2020, I started that. I was fluent in 1 year and I continue to learn French to today. So daily study for 3+ years now and I'm loving it. I started French Success with Rory just last month in August. So why haven't you achieved your French goals yet? That's the first thing we're gonna unpack. Now the learning method, number one. How are you learning French at the moment? What resources are you using? And who are you taking advice from or trusting with your future? Because when we take advice from someone and then we implement that advice, that's under the assumption that that advice, is positive, it's actually good for us. But as you know, there's lots of bad advice out there. And when we're starting out learning French, it can often be hard to distinguish from good and bad advice because we haven't had the experience, we haven't had that success, which allows us to make that distinction and really make sure we're staying on our line. That's where someone who has already done what you need to, which is to learn French and achieve all your French goals, that's where they can really help you out, and that's where experience really counts. Secondly, so commitment, time commitment, social emotional commitment, and financial commitment to achieving your French goals. It's very important. I found it to be very important for my French study. Those were the 3 commitment pillars, I like to call them, to my success. And thirdly, we've got belief. So self-confidence, knowing you can succeed, and surrounding yourself with positive people who are going to push you and give you that good advice, as we mentioned under the learning method. So firstly, let's go through, we're going to unpack each of these 3, which are the key things. These 3 things are the key things we need to focus on in order for you to achieve your French goals. So firstly, it's a learning method. Now, how are you learning at the moment? Are you using gimmicky language apps such as Duolingo and Babbel? I know I was. Are you studying grammar lessons, grammar exercises? I was also doing the same. Are you consuming boring, dry content that doesn't interest you, that isn't about your passions? It doesn't drive you every day. When you get up in the morning, you dread learning French. You really don't want to. You think, do I have to do it again? Do I have to do study again? We want to get rid of that. We want to make it fun. We want to make it enjoyable. Every day isn't going to be, the perfect day to study. You're not going to love it, but that's normal, as you know. Life goes up and down, okay? French study is no different. But on the average day, you're going to see progress. And when you finish the day, you'll look back on your study 1 month, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, 1 year from now, and you'll be amazed at your progress if you do the right things. What resources are you using? So Duolingo, Babbel, as we mentioned, school type grammar books. So I see a lot of people that use these to study. I was also one, but I think there's a reason that if you think back to high school, 99% of kids fail to learn a second language with those books and the teaching methods that they provide you at school, university, and private tutoring. So I like to not have a 1% chance of succeeding in French, because that's how I see it. If you learn French at school and you apply the same methods even outside of school, you have a 1% chance of succeeding. I prefer the odds that are provided with, a really good study program, learning method that, I took, which basically means that you can learn French. Anyone can learn French if you provide that commitment and you know exactly what you're doing with a roadmap. And then mass-produced Learn French with Me YouTube videos. So I see a lot of these as well, and they're super popular. They get millions of views. But I tried them out, and the problem is with these videos is that you can't compact the French language into one video and say, just like this screenshot has here, a video I found, French in 25 minutes, right? So 12 million views. Lots of people watch it. I wonder how many actually got any value out of that video and are able to succeed in their French and achieve their goals by watching it, because I've watched that video and it basically just goes through little snippets of things that you need to do to achieve your French. So in terms of grammar rules, vocabulary, other little things you can do, but you can't succeed in French without consuming lots and lots of input every single day. And the reason why these videos don't work is just simply, it's not daily study. Someone else can't teach you the French. You need to learn by yourself with an exact knowledge of how you're going to get there, how you're going to achieve your goals. And that's what I help you with. So if we move on then, who are you taking advice from, trusting with your future? So I put French people there. I say that because all of the tutors and teachers, say upwards of 95%, they're French. And I've found that they're not actually the best at teaching you French, because if you speak English right now, you need someone who also learnt French from English, exactly as you need to. Otherwise, they're not, this person that you're speaking with, if they're French, say French native, they don't know what it was like to learn French from English. So we want to remove that, and we want to find someone for you who has learnt French from English. Now I've done exactly that, and that's why for me I'm going to be much more helpful than a French tutor or a French teacher. They're not the best served to help you, because for me, I'm able to help you more because I know exactly all of the roadblocks, the problems you'll encounter on your journey to learning French from English, because I've done exactly that. They never had to, because they were French natively and they've spoken French since they were 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. I haven't. I learnt in 1 year. It's exactly what you want to do as well. And then full-time language learners who study 6 hours a day. So there's a lot of those on YouTube as well. And once again, they're awesome people. I think it's great what they do. However, I work full-time. I'm busy. You're busy as well, whether it's with study, school, work, any other commitments. You don't have 6 hours to spend studying every single day. So with them, their tips may not be as helpful because they're able to spend much longer amount of time studying, and it's something you're not able to do. So secondly, commitment. Time commitment. So we need a time commitment. We need daily study to maximize our productivity when we're studying. And we need to focus on long-term success. So our brains, they compartmentalize information based on the frequency at which we receive that information, at which our brain recognizes that information. So if we're studying French once a week for, say, 3 hours, just on one day, right? Let's say you study every Saturday for 3 hours. What you're saying to your brain is, oh, this is only important to me one day of the week, one day every 7 days. That's a problem, because we want, subconsciously, your brain to be thinking about French every day. So then naturally, it can just flow through. So when you're doing your study, even when you're not doing your study, you're actually studying. You're actually continuing to learn, because your brain needs time to soak in the language, to allow it to, to cook, to simmer, right? And to really just flow through. And with daily study, it allows you to do that. And it really does give you as well, it gives you comfort in that just knowing every day you're going to continue to roll that snowball down the hill. And then as your daily study progresses, it becomes much easier. And at the end, you don't even have to push the snowball. It will just roll by itself. And focusing on the long-term success, that's very important as well. Simply because if you focus on short-term success, you're going to make short-term decisions. But if you're able to know exactly what you're meant to do every single day, every time you engage in your French learning, whether it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day, it's going to allow you to let go of the outcome, the short-term outcome, and trust that what you're doing over the long term is going to provide you with that success you want. And the social emotional commitment. So what do you do when you have a spare 30 minutes? If you have a spare 30 minutes, do you sit on the couch, watch TV? Do you watch videos on YouTube? Maybe ones that are, say, more entertaining than this one, but a little bit less productive? That's a question, right? And you're looking to eliminate bad habits here and build a connection to your French. So that's why I talk about finding a purpose, finding a why, really drilling in on where you want to get to. What are your French goals? Where do you want to be in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year? So new things you'll be able to do in the future as well, right, with your French goals. What possibilities will open up? Will you be able to then travel over to France, talk with native speakers just as you're talking English, right? That's with me. I'm just as comfortable in French as I am in English, which is awesome. I'm able to talk with French people whenever I want. And then finally, we've got financial commitment. So money is worthless without using it. So imagine that in your bank account, you've got $1 billion, but you're not allowed to use it on anything. It just has to sit there until you pass away, until you die. Does it have any use? No. If you can't use money, it's useless. So it's there to be used. It's there because it can allow us to acquire skills, acquire experience, accomplish things that wouldn't be possible without that money. And then how valuable is your time on earth? So it's a very big question, right? And it's a serious one that I asked myself a few years ago. I wanted to learn French and I didn't know how, but I sought out the resources. I went researching and I said, no, I'm going to learn, whatever it takes, I'll get there. And I ended up getting there. I used my money in order to achieve my French success, along with my time, and I made also a social and emotional commitment. It's all very, very important. Those 3 commitments are very important. Thirdly, belief, self-confidence. Do you back yourself? It's an expression that we use often here in Australia. We say, do you back yourself, right? Do you back yourself in? Are you confident in your ability to achieve your goals? Are you someone who seriously commits to their goals? Because if you're not, it's going to be very difficult for you. I'm completely honest with you. With all my videos here on YouTube and on Instagram, I'm completely honest because I do want to help. And if you don't seriously commit to your goals, just like I didn't, a few years ago before I got the fluency in 1 year, it was just hard because I was bouncing around to different things. I didn't know exactly where I wanted to be in 6 months, 1 year with my French and beyond. And it was difficult because you don't have that solid bearing, your mind isn't clear when you're spending time studying French, where you want to be. There's no drive there. It's very hard to progress. So we want to make sure that you are going to seriously commit to achieving your French goals. And then we have knowing that you can succeed. So you failed just like I have, right? If you've tried learning French before, you were exactly where I was. Now, it doesn't matter the exact failures you've had because you haven't achieved your goals yet. And that was me. But with my learning method, and I'll talk about that in a moment, we're getting to it, it simply will allow you to achieve your goals no matter where you come from, right? No matter your age, no matter your hobbies, no matter how you study, no matter your history, you're really able to do it. And I succeeded, you can too. I failed at school. I didn't believe it was possible. I had people telling me, no, you can't learn French unless you were born there. You can't learn French unless you go over there. You can't learn French unless your parents are French. So many things. But it all turned out to be false. And now I've got the last laugh. I love it. And now I'm here to help you out. So that's a key point as well. And taking action. So belief is useless without action. Now we can have all the self-confidence in the world. We can know that we can succeed to the maximum degree, the maximum point. But if we don't take action, then it's useless. So what and who will get me to where I want to be? So for me, if I want to get somewhere, okay, so I have a goal, I have an objective, I know where I want to be, I clearly outline it. I will go out and I will find the person who is where I want to be and was exactly where I am at the moment. That means that they've gone on the exact same path, they've taken the same road that I need to get to where they are. And that's why they're going to be able to help me out. So for example, for me, I recently decided to invest in cryptocurrency. I said, I want to. I think there's growth there. I think it's going to be good. But I don't know how to, right? You would have seen as well, there's lots of videos, there's lots of information, there's scams, there's lots of things going on. And a bit like language study, French study, there's 1,000,001 things said, and maybe only half of that is good. And then half of that isn't actually good for you. So there's probably only a quarter of the information that's actually productive for you and what you want to achieve. So what I did was I went out and found someone who had been studying crypto and working with crypto, has lots of experience in the area and investing in it for the last 5, 6, 7 years. So I went out and I paid a few $1,000s, and basically now I work with him, one-on-one with coaching, and he's helped me get completely set up, what to invest in, how to do it, what to do daily in terms of checking and making sure that everything's going well and that I've set up my goals, I'm following through every day and putting in the daily work. And basically for a few $1,000s, I've essentially gained his 5, 6, 7 year knowledge in cryptocurrency. And I have saved myself that amount of time. So with using just a few $1,000s, I'm able to save myself 5, 6, 7 years of study that I would have had to go out and do all by myself, of finding out how to do exactly what he does, right? So I've saved myself years of my life, and I sit here today and ask myself, how much money is 5, 6, 7, 10 years of my life worth? Well, it's worth a lot more than $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Way more than that, right? Think of all the time, all the beautiful moments, experiences, memories you can create with all that time, other things you could be doing. And that's why I was completely happy to spend that money. So that's something to consider as well. I think it's an interesting viewpoint, and it's one that I've definitely adopted recently. So how I can help you achieve your French success. So you can work one-on-one with me to smash your goals and never look back. So the first thing that I do when I work with you is the absolute first thing we plan out is roadmap to French success. So your roadmap, your personal roadmap. Where you are today, where you want to be, and how you're going to get there. So the how you're going to get there part is really where I'm able to help you out, because most people, they know where they are, they know where they want to be, but they don't know how to get there. I'm already there. I can show you exactly what you need to do on the daily to arrive at your French goals. And it's going to be tailored to your goals. This roadmap, just as you can see the image there of the road going up and down, it's tailored to your goals, your lifestyle, your learning type, and the time commitment you're able to provide to learning. And the second thing is the 100% proven step-by-step daily study plan. It's 100% proven because it's what I used. And I'm nothing special. I'm not that smart, right? I just know how to learn a language now because I've had that experience. And I was just like you. I didn't have the experience a few years ago, but now I do, and I want to share that with you. So what to do and how to do it. There's 1,000 different ways you could learn French, but I've determined the way that will get you to your goals in the fastest time period possible because, with me learning just in 1 year, I was able to really just cut out, block out the noise and, cut the crap, right? Remove the stuff that you don't need and able to really help you move to your goals as fast as possible. And you can simply copy the learning method that I use to become fluent in a year. So when we discuss this, when we're building this, daily step-by-step plan, it's going to be tailored to how you learn. So every step-by-step plan, it's going to be different person to person. So it's going to be different for you, to the other person that's watching this video, to the other person that's watching this video, and the other people I've helped. So it's going to vary, but that's completely fine because it means that it's going to be tailored to you and give you the maximum chance of succeeding. It's going to maximize your progress and allow you to avoid all the obstacles that I encountered on my learning journey, because on that 1 year period to fluency, if I'd have known what I know today, I would have got there a hell of a lot faster. It may have even looked like 9 months. 6 months is pushing it, because absolutely your brain, your mind, it takes time to soak in the language, but I could have got there faster and I can help you do that. And continual support. So any questions you have, I answer them for you. And any problems you have, I'll help you in solving them. And the tips and tricks, you'll be getting them from me, from someone who's done exactly what you need to do to succeed. And then this basically looks like Zoom calls with me, one-on-one. I show you through, and basically I'm there with you all the way until you've achieved all of your goals. So it's not something like, where you just buy a course, it's online, and you never have real one-on-one contact with the person you're buying from. No, I'm there with you all the way. So one call, straight away, build your roadmap. The second call, okay, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do daily with your study. Share screen, I show you the textbooks I've used. I show you that through the use of YouTube and Netflix, you can also accelerate your French progress and really get towards your goals. Enjoy your study, right? Pick your own topics, TV shows, movies. As I said before, I love investing, history, geography. So for me today, and back when I was where you are, I'd pull up YouTube and I'd watch whatever I want, basically. I'd watch a video on, the Roman Empire, or on the geography of France with its mountains and its rivers and its lakes. And that was awesome for me. I love that. You can do that too. And then finally, so the choice is yours. Now, I've put an image there of the Matrix, right? One of my favorite movies. You've got the red pill, you have the blue pill. So you can take the blue pill and stay where you are, go back to not achieving your goals. Obviously, I don't want that for you. I want you to take the red pill. And simply, in terms of a metaphor, the red pill and blue pill, it's a choice. It's a choice of, okay, I know where I am today. Do I want to take that leap, make that move to achieving my goals with someone who can help me? And that's where you've got that simple choice, and no one can make that choice for you. It's just you who can do that, and where you currently are. So you haven't achieved your French goals, you're feeling stuck and disappointed, and you're wasting your time trying to learn French with the wrong learning methods, and you're not seriously committing to achieving your French goals. And you do know that you want to achieve your French success, but you don't know how, and that's completely fine. That was me as well. On the other side, where you want to be, having all of your French goals and more accomplished, feeling awesome, feeling amazing, knowing you believed in yourself, work with someone who could help you out, and you did achieve your French success. And this could just be 3 months, 6 months, 1 year from now. It could be that close, you know. And at that point, you'll be communicating with ease in French, just like you do in English. And it's going to take, you know, different amount of time for different people, depending on their time commitment, their financial commitment, and social and emotional commitment as well. But you are able to achieve your goals if you get the help you need and really make a serious commitment to doing so. So that's the end of the presentation here. I hope you've enjoyed it. Now, if you're looking to get started right away, you like what I've had to say, you can go over on my Instagram, check out my content there, go through that, go through all my other videos here on YouTube, and once you're convinced, you can see that I know what I'm talking about and I'm able to help you out, then you can get started right away. You can book a one-on-one call with me, so there's a link in the description of the video here, or you can just message me over on Instagram if you have any questions. You can message me through, I'll respond to you, and we can get you started right away. So I'm only looking for people who are really motivated to learn French, because I don't like to waste my time. I know you don't either. And if you seriously are ready to commit to learning your French, then message through. I really am looking forward to speaking with all of you. So that's it. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next video.